What's up guys, welcome back to another one of my videos. I gotta tell you, I've been looking for this vehicle for almost an entire year, ever since it came out and it was introduced as this completely redesigned Cadillac Escalade. This is a 2021 model. This is the ESV Premium Luxury version of it, and it is at the Sunset Cadillac of Sarasota. That actually, they have it, it's available. So if you're looking to purchase one, you can give them a call and let them know Matt the Carguy sent you. Anyways guys, today I'm going to take you on the tour of this completely redesigned vehicle. We're going to check out the exterior, interior. We're going to spend some time on the inside and play with some super cool and interesting features of it. And then finally, I'm going to take you for a spin. So if you're ready, let's go. Hi guys, so let's talk about the Escalade for a little bit. This is actually the fourth generation of this iconic large American luxury SUV, which is basically what it is. It started off in 1999, and then 1999 was basically just a straight rebadge of a GMC Yukon. So instead of a GMC logo, you'd have the Cadillac logo on the outside and the inside. Virtually no differences. But it became so popular, a lot of people, a lot of athletes, a lot of actors started being seen in these, and it became so popular that they redesigned it once. And I think the second generation was the one that actually started this whole popularity with the Escalade, and the third one was a little bit more polished, and this one is absolutely beautiful. They kept the squareness of this, which I love, but they added so much of that luxury elements in here. One of the cool features, check this out. Check out this cool feature. When you unlock this, first you got the turn signals, then you have the LED lights doing this dance for you. Hey, I'm here, this is me, come and get me. Okay, you can't forget about this huge grille and this huge, absolutely massive Cadillac emblem right in here. And this grille is not like super chrome. I mean, it does have chrome, it does have polished aluminum, it does have the black features on it. Really, really nice. Still has this massive hood, nicely sculpted. This thing is probably about 4 feet long, if not longer. It does have these grooves right here, the indentations, that if I was to modify it, I'd probably put some air exhausts right here. The hot air exhaust would make it look a little bit more sportier. But if you look in here, beautiful lights, LED lights, and then the daytime running lights / turn signals start cascading right from the top of here and then go through the bottom right in here. What I would like to see though is this portion right here to be open to allow more cooling for the brakes, etc. Might as well make it functional, so I'm not sure why they didn't. So when you have this square thing that weighs 6,000 pounds, you need a big engine to move it. So 6.2 liter V8 engine, 424 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque, and that's about 623 nanometers of torque, and that's basically what this badge in the back is for. We're going to talk about it, but just keep that in mind. Now, this is all mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission with this magnetic suspension that basically reads the road ahead of you, makes adjustments for you to make it a smoother ride. Now, I don't know what 0 to 60 is. Don't ask me for it. If you're looking for a race SUV, this is definitely not it, but I'm sure it's gonna get you moving in comfort. Well guys, if size is your thing, this is definitely a vehicle for you to look at. This is 227 inches long. That's 15 inches longer than the regular Escalade. And this is an ESV. What's the ESV stands for? It's an Escalade stretched vehicle, so definitely stretched 15 inches longer than the regular one. In meters, 5.75 meters long. That's 3 times me. So if I were to lay down, there's 3 of me could lay down right next to this vehicle. So just to give you an idea how big it is. Weight-wise, over 6,100 pounds as far as the weight on this vehicle. So definitely a huge, massive vehicle. Yes, and it is hungry. You know, if you look at the EPA gas mileage, 16 miles per gallon combined, 13 in the city, 19 on the expressway. So you better have a full wallet to afford it. 24 gallons, by the way, maximum tank capacity. So it will still get you about 400 miles or so on the full tank, except it's going to cost you quite a bit to fill it up. Anyways, there's a diesel model that I'm not sure if it's out yet. I haven't seen that at the dealerships, but that should be a little bit more gas efficient as far as that. So take a look at the wheels, 22-inch wheels on this particular one. Really nice, classy design on it. It does have the running boards. What I was surprised that they're actually fixed running boards. Most of the Cadillacs before, they had the fold-down running boards. I have a feeling it's got a lot to do with the chip shortage, so the manufacturers are trying to avoid as many electronics in the vehicle as they can, and there's so much inside of it that I'm sure they had to skimp up on somewhere. As far as the mirror, it's fully loaded mirror. It's got the blind spot assist, it's got the turn signal right on the side, and it does have the camera at the bottom of here. And of course, this vehicle is equipped with the keyless entry system, and you don't have to have the key to lock it, unlock it. Simply, you know, touch your hand to the door handle. You saw the lights blink, you know, that locks the vehicle. You know, if you want to unlock it, simply, you know, open it up like this. It also does have illuminated door handle right on top of this here, and you can't see it right now because it's bright. If you approach the vehicle at night, it nicely illuminates. And you know, as square as it can be, which is a great thing. Nothing crazy on the side of the body. Couple body lines down here. I like that they didn't use like chrome, but more of the polished aluminum trim on the side in here. It's beautiful. And look how big it is. Look how big the windows are. And it's taller than me by quite a bit. I'm 6 feet tall. This thing is like 6'6". So definitely a large vehicle. Let's move to the back and let's see if we can move a 1-bedroom apartment with this truck. Hey guys, so see what's going on. What happens when you approach the vehicle and you have the key on you. Check this out. Look at this beautiful dents that these lights do when you approach it. And then, by the way, the lights span from here to the top of this bumper basically, and they're nice. They're encased in this clear plastic so you can see all the individual LED strips for both the brake lights, the turn signals, and the reverse lights. They also have Cadillac logo right on it, the Cadillac Crest on it. Speaking of which, the Cadillac Crest right here, this is not only for decoration. I'm going to show you what else it does. It does have this big gate spoiler, third brake light right here. This is pretty much straight down, so it's going to have huge cargo capacity. Escalade right here, and this is 600. This is referring to the torque rating of this vehicle. Okay, it does have the fake exhaust tips. The exhaust is way backward. There is a spare tire that's mounted underneath this vehicle. As far as towing capacity, 7,500 pounds with the gasoline engine. And there's also a rear view camera. There's 2 rear view cameras. So we're gonna check this out and see what both of them do while on the interior. All right, so the gate of it, if you just want to open this, simply press it on your remote twice. It's gonna unlock it. Okay, close it. If you want to open the entire thing, you can do it with the remote, or you can basically just smash that Cadillac Crest, and there you go, it opens up. So huge area right here. Let's check it out. Okay, so we've seen the GMC Yukon Denali XL. We've done that thing. It's basically the same chassis. It's the same kind of roominess. So first of all, Okay, you have the regular household outlet in the back here, so you can plug in for tailgating and thing like this. You can also fold down your seats. See, 3 rows of seats. You can barely see the driver, that's how far it is. And you can basically fold them down if you'd like to. Okay. As such, you have to hold them. And you can also release the front seats. Look at this. Boom. Okay, so this is how much room you have, enough to move a studio or a 1-bedroom apartment. Do we have any more compartments underneath here? Just a little bit of a storage. Now, in case you were wondering, the 2nd row seats, you can't move them back up. However, you can fold them flat like this to release them, and then you can move the 3rd row seats up if you'd like to. Now, you know, thing worth mentioning definitely on the Cadillac Escalade, and that you do have that much room behind the 3rd row seat for your cargo, so you can still fit in regular size suitcases in the back. And one thing that I didn't mention that's definitely different than the competition or its siblings with the non-luxury brand, this is the AKG Studio Sound. Now, this is part of the base one, so we only have about 19 speakers in this one, and then you can also upgrade it to a much more powerful one as well. Like I said, it's definitely not surprising that there's tons of room, you know, when sitting in this vehicle. Now, the seats also are adjustable, so you can slide them back and forth. You can also recline them if you'd like to have a more comfortable trip in here. They're fairly comfortable. They're not super plush, but they give you enough headroom, enough legroom, and definitely enough shoulder room. And so the interior is quite luxurious. I do have my own TV, the passenger on the other side as well. So let me show you around. Okay, so let's walk up on here, but I gotta tell you, first of all, this crystal white Tricoat, it's a beautiful color. And when I was mentioning to you, as far as the door handle, see this little strip, LED strips, that actually lights up at night. There's also a Cadillac Crest right on the side. So let's open this up, let's check out the rest of this interior. So nice design on the door. It looks very luxurious, okay, but is it luxurious enough for a $100,000 SUV? So it does have this nice leather, it does have this even like piano black trim, it does have this wood trim in aluminum, and this is hard plastic. It's kind of like hollow inside as well. I mean, if I were to be picky, that would be my complaint. Now, you do have this AKG speaker right at the bottom. Like I said, this is the base 19 speaker setup in here. Escalade right on the door sill, and the seats are, you can fold them with this lever right here. You can move them back and forth with this one. You have the 2 screens in here. I'm inside. Let's check out what we have in here. You have this drawer-like slide-out cup holders. Then you have your climate control settings right on here. And then at the bottom, you have 2 USB-C ports, 2 HDMI outputs. So if you want to play something on these screens, you certainly can. The way you turn them on, you basically tap on them. There you go. So now you have a few different options in here. So watch, listen, or navigate. So these are your options in here. You can turn them off, and then you can have the sound going through your headsets if you'd like to. So USB video, then connections, HDMI 1 and 2. Okay, and the Miracast, well, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that's basically projects what you have on your phone. Listen to the USB music or navigate. That basically is going to give you the navigation, and this is the first time ever that this is starting, so it's going to take a while. So, okay, so one thing that I want to point out, it does have a nice panoramic sunroof. Now, this is closed because, you know, we don't want to have too much light in here. It is hot in Florida, even this time of the year. And I got to tell you, so here's your navigation. Okay, home, this is the second time when you do it. For navigation, keyword or address, just go with the restaurants. Okay, it doesn't matter which one. We're looking at Caribbean pie. Okay, send. Okay, so what happens right now is the request is sent to the driver, and then once we're gonna be in the front, we're gonna be able to see that. But that basically tells you of where it's at, how far to go, and now it says request ignored because nobody acknowledged it in the front. Anyways, this is the navigation. So this is your setup for the rear screens. They're actually a pretty nice size. They're OLED, so they're nice and bright. And these are just the two rear screens. Wait till we get in the front. But before we do that, let me jump in the third row seat and see how much room we have. All right, guys, just like in the Yukon Denali XL, you know, there's definitely no shortage in here. Even in the short version of it, the only difference would be the area in the back. It's not going to have as much room. So what do we have in the third row seat? We have cup holders, we have a USB-C port, you have your own vents, and then you have the reading light as well. So what you also have is you have buttons where you can actually fold these seats, okay? And if you'd like to do it manually, you can also move this seat like this with pulling on the loop. So there's several different ways depending on who's sitting in here. If it's a kid, have them press the button, it's much easier. If it's somebody that's more capable, have them do what they need to do. All right, guys, well, let's see where the magic happens. All right, let's see how the door sounds when you close them. And this is pretty solid. I mean, there's no surprises there. I know Cadillac has been pretty good as far as their quality. So look at the door, same as the rear door. What do we have? We have controls for the seats, so naturally heated, ventilated seats, lock and unlock. You have the 2 memory seat settings, and then the mirrors, window controls, and then you have more storage compartment. Escalade, again, right at the bottom. I wish they could make it a little bit more luxurious for some reason. I mean, it feels like it is, but it's really not. Okay, and the seats. Okay, nicely profiled. I gotta point out something because I won't be able to. There's speakers in the headrest, okay, which is absolutely unbelievable. And this is the one with the basic sound system. All right, so seats nicely contoured, ventilated, heated. It does have perforated insert inside of it. It has the different color tubing. So these are the beige seats with the black tubing and the black dashboard, the black trim around here. So there's a lot of black and beige. So you have the auto, that's like 4-wheel drive, I believe, 2 high, 4 high, and then the hill ascent, different modes. Okay, and then it changes on the screen. I'll show you that in a little bit. And that's where you pop the hood. And do we have the adjustments on the pedals? Okay, not in here, but they might be on the steering wheel. We'll check it out. Well, this is what makes the Cadillac different from all of the competition, from the Chevy Tahoes and from the GMC Yukons, is this part right here, among other things, of course. But this is their claim to fame, 38 inches of OLED screens. We'll look at this in just a second, but let's start with the steering wheel, multifunction steering wheel. This side controls the cruise control, heated steering wheel, and then it controls the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you, so you can adjust the gap. And on this side, you have the media and the phone control. So what do we have as far as the screen? So you have the 7.2-inch screen. That's basically your gauges, map. You can put that inside of the, well, we're going to wait because it's been a while since it's been started, or maybe the first time at all, so it takes a while. And then this is pretty cool. This is the AR camera, the augmented reality camera. I basically project the image on the navigation front, so you can see of where you drive, and that's going to show you which street to turn on if you have that enabled. So this is, by the way, a 14.2 inches, so 7.2, 14.2 inches instrument cluster. Okay, so you have the date, temperature. At the bottom of here you have the tachometer, and then you have this little icon right here says that no seatbelts are fastened, and then to make sure that you check and make sure there's no occupants in the back. Middle of the screen you have the speedometer right in there, and then you can see what you're listening to on the right hand side. Then at the bottom of it you have the fuel gauge, as well as this is where you see of which mode you're in. See, I'm the blinking part right there, 2-wheel drive. I can switch it to 4-wheel drive. I can switch it to auto if I'd like to, and then I can also switch the driving modes from sport, off-road, tow, and tour. So we're going to leave it in touring mode because that's what this vehicle probably should be anyways. So okay, look at this big screen right here. Now the infotainment system, it's got navigation. It's been a while since I was in a GM vehicle, and this is the first time when the first time it loads, it takes forever, and then, you know, next time, see, I go back to home, I hit navigation, it's like instant, right? So it's a pretty bright, it's very nice display. You can see everything, and then you can control your media through here. Now, I'm not sure of how much are we going to be able to listen to it, but I mean, this have a really nice stereo. That's AKG stereo system, and it's absolutely one of the best as far as the surround sound, as far as the quality of music. And this is the bass one. You can have 36 speakers in here. This one's just got 19. Well, I think I got 4 in my car, and that's plenty. All right, so phone, and then this one is equipped with the Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. Let's see how easy it is to connect to it, and let's see if we're actually going to be able to do that while I'm talking. So one-handed, how about this? All right, let's go to connect phone, add phone, and pair Bluetooth phone, and do this. All right, outgoing and incoming phone calls. We're just gonna skip the messaging for now. We're gonna skip the permission. Okay, and then we have the Android Auto. I'm gonna continue, and now we're connected to Android Auto. That's how easy it is. 1, 2, 3, simple. Okay, gonna hit continue, and there you go. You should see my maps screen. Now this is kind of strange because your navigation system that's pre-installed takes up the entire screen. The Android Auto, look at this, it's just a little bit, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, go back to home, and we're gonna go into the screen, but you do have basically the entire functionality of the Android Auto, which is awesome. Okay, so let's go back, move this here, audio, navigation, phone, vehicle information, rear climate control, Android Auto, rear climate control. Okay, look at this, nicely, okay, shown of what's going on. You can set your temperature, you can sync it, you can lock it, you can unlock it, so you can do all kinds of different stuff. Let's go back to the previous screen. Rear media, ambient lighting. Oh, cool, so you have different areas that you can customize it. You can actually link it to the drive mode, so different drive modes is going to give you a different lighting. Provides the ability to customize the color intensity of the color in here. So of course we're doing it in the bright light, so we want to be able to see that. And then you have the camera. Okay, so we have normal, wide, overhead. Let's see. Look at this. It does have this animation going on. Now this looks like from the 80s video game. But it is there, and it's quite accurate. I wish I was also displaying the color of the vehicle that you're sitting in. I know some other manufacturers do that. I believe it was BMW that I was in. So, I mean, it's definitely nice that you have it. Normal, wide mode, overhead mode, and the side mode. That's important if you're in the tight spaces. That's basically your camera setting. It's basically here. You know what's nice about this too? There's a park assist right here. What's nice about some of these features, which I don't see it here, even in the settings, but there's an ability, and maybe it's part of this higher end stereo system, to talk to rear passengers via the speakers, and so they can hear you, because there's quite a bit of distance, and if everybody's loud inside, it's going to be tough to hear of what you're telling the kids. Let's say if you blast it through the speakers, at least they'll pay attention. So anyways, beautiful infotainment system. I like those OLED screens. They're nice, they're bright, they're super cool. I mean, it's definitely worth looking into it. I also like this strip of buttons. So hard buttons, this is basically for your, I'm going to turn that off a little bit, climate control. And when I put it on auto, I don't know if you could hear all the blast of air coming out. And then you have basically all of the controls. These are actual buttons. They're actually cold to touch. They might be aluminum. And you have this wood trim that's all lacquered up, so it's nice and shiny. Okay, some of the manufacturers prefer, some people prefer open pore, including myself, but this is not bad. It's definitely, in my opinion, beats the piano black trim. What else do we have here? So we have the regular shifter, maybe not so regular, but this is an electronic shifter. You push the button on the left hand side and then you can select the gear, and of course going back you go to parking mode. You have the volume control, and then you have this controller that you can do a touchscreen on the main screen, but you can also do this twist controller right here, and as you can see, okay, if you like something that basically is selected. You also have the shortcut buttons, so you can hit main menu, so home menu, and it's going to take you right to the main menu, and then the vehicle info, or you can hit the back button right here as well, and it's going to take you back, and you can do a navigation if you'd like to. So again, it's a very nice system, super cool. What else is going on up here? Okay, so you can fold down your seats from here. Okay, this is the third row seats. Okay, so if you're doing a curbside pickup and you want to load some big TV or something, you can do it from here. You can also adjust the gate height from here, and then this does have the panoramic sunroof, and we can adjust that, open it from here. You can also open just the screen, okay, and see how much more light gets into here. All right, so HomeLink system, and this is it. This is on top. Now, did we look at the cup holders here? No, there is cup holders here. There's also a space to put your phone in here, and this is also a wireless charger. So when you put your phone in here, it displays caution, wireless charging generates heat between devices, etc. But this is pretty cool. Mine unfortunately does have a case on it, so it's not going to do it, but if I took it out, it would start charging. And since it's a wireless Android Auto, perfect combination. I wonder if it's stable enough. So USB-C, USB port, storage in here, and then you have an Escalade, big cover right here, deep storage, okay, 12 volt, okay, you can turn on or off those rear outlets, and then the USB-C and the USB port. So this is it. This is the interior of it. Let's see how this beast drives. Guys, before we take it for a spin, let's take a quick look on Cadillac's website and let's see what different trim levels are available. This is a nicely equipped vehicle. However, this is a premium luxury, which is basically the second trim from the bottom. There is a luxury, there is a premium luxury sport, and the premium luxury platinum and sport platinum. So those are the vehicles. They go anywhere from that $79,000 for the short one all the way to the base MSRP for the sport platinum, $105,000 and $290,000. So there's so many more features that you can have on those. You can have that air ride suspension, the magnetic ride suspension. You can have this autonomous or semi-autonomous drive or cruise control, which this one doesn't have. You can have that AKG stereo system, which again, this one's got the base one, 19 speakers. You can also go crazy with the 36 speakers or so. In the different colors, you can have the diesel engine, you can have the regular gasoline 6.2 engines in here. So these ones, basically the only options that are on it, I'll list that in the description on the video, is the entertainment system, which is really nice, and a couple other ones, so I'll put that all in the description below of this video. So anyways, you can go crazy. This is a $95,000 vehicle as we sit in it, and this is not even the most expensive one. Let's see how it drives. Okay, I love that rear view camera, and it does give you that top down view as well as the regular view. And once you start driving forward, let's see if we can put this augmented reality camera right in front. I don't know if you can see it, but this is important. I didn't think it was until I realized that, you know, this hood is 5 feet long, or maybe I'm exaggerating, but somewhere to that effect probably, and it's really tall, and you can't really see that well in front of it. So I mean, if there's kids or if there's anybody that's in front of these vehicles, it would be really tough for you to see them. So I mean, that's actually a great feature that it has it. Okay, and let's see how this vehicle drives.
School zone in 800 feet.
See, I like that. It's a school zone, so hey, slow down. I wish it was louder for some people that completely ignore some of the stop signs or school zone signs. I wish this thing would disappear after you start driving. You can turn it off, but this would kind of be obstructive if I'm looking at it. I don't know if to look in front or to look in through here. But nice, comfortable drive. You definitely feel higher. There's no hiding. It's a huge vehicle, but it's not overwhelming. You don't feel like this vehicle is too big for you, at least for myself. And I've seen, you know, a much smaller stature people driving it, especially some petite women. I've seen them coming out of those Cadillacs. They have no problems maneuvering that. So, I mean, this is a huge vehicle, but it definitely doesn't feel like it's overwhelming. Steering wheel, the steering is nice. It's very light, so again, this helps you with maneuvering this behemoth vehicle in here. Look at this. We're gonna make a quick 360 right in here, and look, we're even gonna make it 360. So nice turning diameter, nice turning radius, very nice and quiet. They must have used a lot of insulation in this vehicle to get it to where it's at, but Cadillac's also been known for that as well. And I gotta tell you, one other thing that I notice about any Cadillac that I get in there, I swear they have some kind of Cadillac perfume that they put on it, because the leather smells the same as it did back in 1993 when I started driving Cadillacs as a limo, and it feels very nice. I gotta tell you, the seats are comfortable. Don't get me wrong, they're really nice seats. These are heated, ventilated. They don't have massage options with this package in here, but I'm sure it is available. But you know, I remember the Cadillacs when you just sat in there and you just kind of fell inside the seat. It was so nice, so comfortable. So it's awesome, and it lives up to that heritage for sure. Guys, I like this vehicle. I overall, I'll definitely would give it thumbs up, and it's definitely a beautiful vehicle. It is $100,000. Yes, it is. There's no question about it. I mean, it's an expensive one, but we have to again compare it to other vehicles in its class. So let's say, you know, if you're looking at the Grand Wagoneer that's just came out, I mean, that's $100,000 vehicle. Lincoln Navigator, if you spec it out, now Lincoln Navigator is only available with the 6-cylinder engine, but if you spec it out all the way to the max, you're gonna probably reach almost $100,000. So I mean, comparing it to other vehicles in its class, it's definitely, you know, comparable. Is it expensive? Heck yeah. But is it worth it? Well, it's up to you. I mean, there's a few other cars that are just as big, just as luxurious. If you need tons of room, there's really nothing like this. This is the biggest one. If you can go with a little bit lesser room, I mean, there's also the GLS, the X7, the you know, Range Rover, the big Range Rover, which are beautiful trucks, but they're all over $100,000 as well. So do yourself a favor. If you find one at your local Cadillac dealership, don't skip it. Don't forget about it. Now, if you're anywhere in Sarasota area, Sunset Cadillac of Sarasota, time of this filming, today is October 19th, and they have 2 of them that are available. So call them up. Maybe they still have it. Guys, if you like watching videos like this, give me a big thumbs up. Hit that little bell notification button. Of course, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss another one of my videos. And I will see you in my next video. Cheers.